What's up, YouTube? Getting ready to upgrade my solar system at the property, and I thought I'd go over the inverter first. So I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the new inverter I just bought. First reason for the upgrade was I wanted to move to a 48 volt system. I've been running a 24 volt system for a while. With my 60 amp charger, that enables me to charge 48 volt batteries at 60 amps instead of 24 volt batteries at 60 amps, allowing me to charge the batteries much faster. So that was the primary reason. The other reason, this gives me 220 volts out, split phase, so that I can do it. It's also an increase in power. I now have 5,000 watts available, which is much better than before. And I have the ability to charge the batteries from a source other than solar as well. So this is a pretty good deal. Let me give you a quick walkthrough of it. Okay, it's an amp INVT. And it has multiple working mode settings. I think the one I'm going to find most useful is the AC priority input. Anyway, what that allows me to do is to be able to run a generator and continuously keep my batteries charged up, and I'll run off the generator instead of the batteries while this generator's running. When the generator's not running, I'll begin to run off the batteries. So I'll have an alternate way to charge my batteries other than solar. Okay, so your battery terminals will connect back here. We've got these nice insulated covers covering up the terminals, which is really nice. It'll prevent them from shorting out anything. Same thing on the other side, but really nicely put together. The input voltage will be 48 volts. So I'll basically connect 48 volts worth of batteries to this, and this is what will run the inverter. This side has all my AC connections. First two terminals are the AC input to charge the batteries. That's what I made a special cable for, so I can plug right into that. You have two sets of 120s if you like, two different 120 hot wires, a neutral and a ground. This gives you the ability to do 120 or 240 split phase. Also have two 120 volt outputs here, which will be perfect for just plugging something in. This inverter can be purchased on Amazon. I'll provide an affiliate link to it in the description below. Next addition are my eco-worthy batteries. I bought an 8-pack of them. They're lithium iron phosphate batteries, 12.8 volts, 50 amp hours each. By the time I add these 8 to the 4 I already have, that'll give me a total of 7,680 watt hours of storage. And that ought to be enough to get me through the night. No problem at all. Next piece of the addition will be this power outlet box, and basically what this will give me is 50 amp RV service, 30 amp RV service, and 20 amp RV service. Each has a breaker on it, and these have GFCIs on them, and this is all wired and ready to go. I bought a cable and sacrificed the ends of them. It was cheaper than buying the raw cable to just buy a cable and cut the ends off. I've got the ends to use for later. I'll provide a link to that as well. This is my cable I modified for the generator. This is a generator extension cord. This will give me 220 volts into the generator. I sacrificed one end of it. I only needed 2 conductors, and I just cut the end off. Gave myself what I needed, and now I have a 240 volt input into the inverter to charge the batteries with. Also purchased the battery cables. These are 5 gauge, 14 inches long. They're basically made to interconnect all the batteries together. The plan is to connect 4 batteries in series to make 48 volts, and then I'm going to put 3 banks of 48 volts together in parallel with each other, and that will supply all of the storage that I need for my system. Bought this cable. This will be used to plug into my 50 amp receptacle in the panel over here, and it'll give me 15 amps out, which I can use to power my well. My well runs off 220, and that's the one thing I need to run 220 off of. So this will adapt it from 50 amps down to 15 amps, and my pump will plug right into it. Plugs into the box right there. So as I said, this cable will plug into my inverter. I'll have a ground, 2 hots, and a neutral. give me 220 volts into this box. That'll be distributed out into 50 amp 220 here, 110 amp or 110 volt 30 amp service here, and 2 receptacles for a total of 20 amps here. So I plan to run my well off of here, and if I want to run something else 220, I'll have to pull this off and plug whatever it is. I don't really need to run my well at the same time as anything else. Camper will plug into here. My router will plug into there, and I'll have one more left over to use for whatever I want.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can keep up with the latest progress.